All right, everyone, I'm here with my good friend Hillel Fuld, and I'm going to interview Hillel talking about interviews. What do you think? Let's talk about interviews.
First of all, let's start with the fact that you're just calling me a friend. I thought we were family.
Okay, I'm so sorry. My family.
Brother from another mother.
Brother from another mother.
There you go.
So here I have a good family friend. Family
It's
friend.
getting awkward, yo.
Well, whatever, it's fine. Who cares? Awkward's good. It was like too serious. Like people don't like fuck around and whatever.
Oh, F-bomb. And dude, it's freaking 10 o'clock in the morning. What's the F-bombs?
It must have been that beer I had at
The
9:30.
kid's watching my vlog over there. But
wait.
Oh, there's the vlog.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, with you. I'm keep going.
All right, so now that we totally wasted 30 seconds of your time, or entertained you, depends on
Now
how you
they're
look at it.
retained because they're like this.
But now they're like, exactly, which entertainment is actually far more important than anything
30
else.
seconds, very
So let's
important.
talk about interviews and why they need to be entertaining.
Let's talk about interviews in general.
Okay, let's start there.
Like, I think most people don't understand. I'm serious, by the way, actually, no joke. I think most people don't understand the power of interviews.
Why?
I tell this to startups all the time.
Why don't they understand?
Don't spend time promoting yourself. Give others a stage. And I'll give you an example. Very simple example. Hillel Fuld, some random dude in Beit Shemesh, decided 10 years ago that my blog is nice. I've, whatever readers I have, it's good. But how do I kick it up a notch? I'm like, I'm gonna start interviewing legends, like legends that are like way out of my league. And I'm talking like Steve Wozniak, Mark Andreessen, who invented the web browser, Netscape, Alyssa Milano, who had a crush on when I was 5, and who's the boss? Like people that are like legends, okay? And I'm like, I'm gonna start interviewing them. Now, number one, let's just start with the fact that psychologically, people like to be on stage. So you reach out to anyone, you be like, listen, my name is Hillel. You've impacted my life. I'd love to ask you 5 questions. Everyone says yes.
Everyone does say yes.
Everyone says yes to that. Why would you say no?
Why would someone say no?
Right. So,
okay, what question is too far? What question do you get no to sometimes? I'm going to interrupt you.
No, you can interrupt me. We're close enough.
Yeah. But when do you get a no? What have you ever asked that you've got a no for, and you say, you know what, I should ask differently? It wasn't the person that I asked. It's what I asked.
That's not a scenario that I recognize because I optimize
like you've done it once and you've already forgot you made the change.
No, I optimize the people's psyche. Like I think about so this is a simple thing, right? What does every human being have in common? Everyone has in common an ego. Everyone likes to be on stage. Everyone wants to send their mom.
And there's nothing wrong with ego, by the way. Everyone's always talking about too much ego.
Right.
People tell me you have too much ego.
Ego's good.
I was like, ego's great. I mean, it could be misused like anything else. But it's a fantastic tool.
In moderation. So point is, everyone has a mom. They want to send their mom. Look, I was interviewed. So number one, most people are happy to be on stage. But here's the brilliance in interviewing people. You reach out, Steve, my name is Hillel, I want to interview you. Number one, I just established a relationship. Why? Because if you look at Steve Wozniak's inbox, it's full of people that want his money or want something from him. Then there's this guy, Hillel Fuld, who wants to give him a stage. So I've fundamentally differentiated myself. Number one, that's your first return on investment, a relationship. Second thing, I send him 5 questions by email, he sends me 5 answers. I publish that. What does he do? He shares it. So my blog all of a sudden gets a crap ton.
But you're talking about written interview, though.
It doesn't.
Okay,
the
but
vlog same thing.
Okay.
And when I interview someone on the vlog over there, what do? They share it, right? This morning, I just did Facebook literally. By the way, here, talk about a case study.
Perfect.
Looking right now as we speak, literally, I'm looking at my it's not here. My second to last message on what's it called? She shared my vlog. Who is that? The head of communication at Facebook Israel.
Right.
Because I interviewed her. It's just basic psychology. So number one, you get a relationship with someone because you give them a stage. Number two, they share it. You get a crap ton of traffic. Number three, what happens to my brand? Everyone's like, oh my God, Hillel interviewed Mark Andreessen, and my brand gets elevated. All I did was interview someone else. But here's the concept: you give people a stage, you end up sharing that stage with them. That's it.
I love that. There's something about it. You pave a road for someone else, and you can walk down that same road.
Beautiful.
And that road is there for many other people.
100%. Instead of focusing on self-promotion, focus
on the other
others.
person. Got it. Which, by the way, is so true because when people are talking, even if it's like not just interview, it could be a sales call.
Yep.
It could be whatever.
Is it weird that I have my arm around you for this entire interview?
No, not at all. It's great.
Enough, right?
If anything, you should hold it under my arm so you can hold my arm up because we're on selfie mode. This is like killing me, so we're gonna have to end this in a minute.
Yeah.
But
by the way, can I just tell you that? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to tell you that strategy that we just talked about on steroids is instead of doing interviews, all those lists that we see on our Facebook feed, like top 50 this, top 20 that, we missed the point because we ignore them, we roll our eyes. But that guy who wrote that list somewhere in who knows where just gave a stage to 50 people. Each one of those 50 people
are going to end up sharing.
I'm on this list every month, top 1,000 tech bloggers. I'm like number 7 in the world. That's utter BS. Utter BS. There's no metric in the world.
It's clearly should be in the top 5.
Yeah, right. I'm not like people under me on that list are my gurus, and yet what do? I share it. And what are the
of course.
What are
and even the guru that say, "Why is Hillel Fuld above me?" They share it too.
Everyone shares it. Who wins? The guy who wrote the post.
That's true. He wins too. Him and everyone else gives stage. That's a really good point. Yeah. So when actually interviewing people, what do you think are the best? Obviously, you should focus on the other person. Yeah. Why do you think people find it so difficult to focus on another person?
By the way,
is it just a personality? It's like either you can do it or you can't.
Do you want a really good hack?
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold this.
A really good hack for meetings.
Thanks.
Where's the mic? I'm covering the.
Don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
Now hold it.
Here's a hack.
Okay, fine.
How am I gonna hold it?
Like that. Not just.
Here's a hack for meetings. Okay.
Cool.
Instead of starting the meeting with talking about you and what you're building, seriously start the meeting by saying, "Tell me about you."
Right.
Watch what happens. The person you're with will open up so much, it's ridiculous.
Right.
This is a very awkward
And by the way, if this is hard for people to do, fine, I'll do it this way. If it's hard for you to do, sometimes you can just mention something and bring them in. So you can talk about yourself. So you can say, oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, you can say, you wonder what a pain in the ass was, let's say, getting my kid out the door to school today. And then you can turn into them, like, do you have any children or something? So
hold that thought. I realize I'm going to run out of battery. The funniest interview ever, huh? Yeah.
Wait, so what you should do is you should bring the conversation.
Yes.
If it's difficult for you to just ask about them in the beginning, especially if you don't know them well, talk about you personally, something that's happened to you that day, something that happened to you at lunch, at breakfast, and then bring them in and ask them if they've ever experienced anything. And it's a good icebreaker if it's difficult for you to bring the conversation back to them.
You know what the first rule of like interviews and panels and public speaking is? First rule 101, create
conflict.
Controversy.
Controversy, let's say conflict.
Okay, so I'm going to create controversy and I'm going to push back on what you just said.
Good, as you should.
Do not talk about yourself. Literally do not.
No, I agree, but sometimes experiencing something that you've done, is a way to bring them in and talk about that.
Hear that? But
for people, that's difficult for them. For me, it's not difficult.
No, so
but many people, it is. I've spoken with people and people on our team, and it's a little hard. Sometimes they want to go straight into the business, and there's no like an icebreaker to talk about the person and get to know them. Sometimes you need to bring your experience with them.
4 words. Start every meeting with 4 words. Tell me about you.
Okay.
That's what happens. You see the person open up. Like, you can't even imagine. People like talking about themselves.
Right. But then people know where to begin. They go, where do I begin?
Tell me about you. What's your story?
All right,
what's your spiel?
All right. So we're going to start a conversation in the comments. Tell me a little bit about you. What do you do?
And you're allowed to self-promote.
And please share yourself. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Hillel at Next Case, Hillel Fuld. You should be following him. We'll tag him also. And if you guys have any questions about marketing, biz dev, technology, in general, not just me, you can also reach out to Hillel. He knows much more than I do about most of those things you do.
Absolutely. You're a smart man.
I am smart.
And you're way better looking, too. Look at your pants, dude. Look at
they are pants. They're pants.
Look at those pants. Woo!
Very nice pants. I agree. Also great shoes and socks. I'm getting into fashion lately. I'm trying to. Those are nice. Those are nice.
Anyway, dude.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you in the comments.
Later.